You ever have that friend or that coworker that every time you see them, every time you're around them, it just becomes like a complaining fest? Like they're complaining about the weather, they're complaining about somebody else at work, they're complaining about another friend of yours, they're complaining that their shoe's untied. They're just complaining. They're telling you every single problem in their life. This usually happens in like an office setting because when I used to work in an office, I used to see this all the time. It's the who has it worse game. You know, one person at work would start talking about how bad they have it, all the stuff they need to do, how hard their job is, and how they got to tell their supervisor, and this one's not doing that. And then the other one would jump in and say, it's worse for me, and I got all this going on. How do you think I feel? Like, we try to match each other sometimes, like who has it worse? Or you have a friend that you know every time you see them, it's just going to be a gossip fest. That they're going to sit there and they're going to talk about some common friend you both have or whatever. And it's just going to be gossip, gossip, gossip. And then what happens? The energy becomes so strong with these people that we find ourselves down in the mud with them. We become prone to blaming and complaining with them, even if we don't feel all that passionately about what they're complaining about. Gossip is so infectious, and it's one of the biggest ways to lower your vibration. I remember recently I was out to dinner with some people, and one of the friends there started talking about another friend that we all knew, nothing negative or judgmental, but, they were like complaining a little bit about them. We were talking behind their back, and I classify talking behind someone's back as saying something that you normally wouldn't say to their face. So this person clearly wouldn't say this if the person they were talking about was at this dinner. And they just kept talking, and then other people joined in. And it just, I saw it building, and I felt compelled to join in. Like, I have nothing against this person. I don't know them all that well, but I had to catch myself and stop myself from joining in, because that's how gossip goes. The negativity and the complaining, it's like a train that just steamrolls you. In many ways, complaining and gossiping unconsciously has become a way for people to bond. It's become a sad excuse for how us humans bond, and we're all guilty of this. Think about it. You're talking about your worries, all the negative stuff in your life, all the horrible stuff going on in the world, the dominant story on the news, people bond over that. It's like natural for us to talk about negativity. It makes us feel connected. It gives us that feeling of connection. I think also too, sharing our grievances and our complaints and our blame story, gets people to listen to us. It gets people to sympathize with us. People show kindness. And I think that's also a part of the reason why we're so prone to just unloading on people and just complaining about anything. I get it. That's a form of connection, and people like that. But it's not doing us any favors, because it's just taking the energy way out of the room and pushing what we really want to attract in our lives away. So avoid the pity party. Recognize when you're entering into conversations and interactions that are low vibration, that are all about complaining, and try to be the person to change subjects. Make a diversion, change topics, steer the conversation elsewhere. Avoid the pity party.